the pod bay doors.
Bella and welcome to another episode of the Cinematic Travelers. I am your intrepid movie exploring host, Chris. And on this episode, my young co-hosts, they come to me. And they say, what drama movie should we do this week? Podfather. Oh, I can't believe I just said that word.
That was good.
They said Podfather. What would be a good drama? So I, of course, recommend the great The Godfather. And they show me disrespect by saying, we never seen this movie. How'd they come to this podcast and show me such disrespect? I wanted vendetta. But instead, I made them an offer they can't refuse. I said, this week, we will review The Godfather, and we will educate you. And I don't know how long I could do my terrible Vito Corleone. It sounds more like Steven Seagal. But let me introduce my young co-host. And we'll start off with Tyler. I never wanted this life for you, my son. But how are you tonight?
I'm doing beautiful. How are you?
I am doing well now that we will rectify the disrespect that you and your cohort, the other co-host, my nephew-in-law, who is married to the apple of my eye, my niece, and if he ever does anything to her, he'll be sleeping with the fishes like Luca Brasi. Sean, how are you tonight?
Oh, I'm good.
It's a good attempt.
Yeah. Not good. I'm doing great.
Great. It's great to hear that. I think maybe I'm going to stop doing this. Forgive me, Marlon Brando.
Tough on the throat.
It's tough on the throat. But anyway, how are you? You all are great. I have a Godfather question for you guys.
Okay.
As we always like to start the episode with a fun question. Let's see. I think I'll ask this to both of you at the same time. All right. As obviously I am the Godfather, the respectable one.
Mm-hmm.
Which one are you all? Are you all Michael? Are you Sonny the hothead? Or are you Fredo, who is a little bit useless?
I'm gonna say Michael. I'm gonna go Michael. I like
You're
that.
going Michael? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Michael. Shit, I don't know. I'll go Sonny.
Woo, you're the hothead.
You're the hothead.
All right. Well, now we know. I have another question. This one is probably specifically for Tyler, but it might be for Sean as well. With this almost 3-hour movie, how many days during the week did you have to break it up so you could watch this movie?
I watched it in one sitting, actually.
No way.
Yeah.
One sitting.
One
yeah.
sitting.
I don't
It
believe
surprised me as well, Chris.
Oh my God. I thought for sure it was going to take him 3 days. I kept waiting for the text today to be like, I'm not finished yet.
No, we'll find when we dive in. I'll explain.
All right. Well, to all of you listening, yes, we are doing the classic, The Godfather from 1972. Before we get there, Tyler, tell these beautiful people where they can get in touch with us and find us and all that fun stuff.
You can find us on Instagram at Cinematic Travelers Pod. You can find us on our email. You can get in contact with us on our email at the cinematictravelers@gmail.com. And our Twitter is at CMT Pod.
And we're also on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. So you can find us there too.
Very well done, boys. Very well done. You have learned well over these years.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Right. Well, we got all of that mumbo jumbo out of the way. I think we're ready. Let's go ahead and talk about The Godfather.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
So with The Godfather, yes, this came out way back in 1972. Of course, directed by Francis Ford Coppola, with a screenplay by Mario Puzo, who also wrote the best-selling book that this movie is based upon. The budget, I found the budget was $6 million back in 1972. Which is, in today's dollars, $46 million. Now, I have a worldwide gross. I'm not 100% sure on this because it has been re-released over the years. But the gross that I found was $250 million. Now, if that's what it was back in 1972, which it might have been, it was huge back then. That would come out to almost $2 billion this in 2026.
Jeez.
Damn.
So it was a massive hit. Everybody loved going to sit in a movie theater for 3 hours to watch these mobsters. Now, I'm not sure I know my young co-hosts. They have not seen, well, they hadn't seen this movie until now. It has been rectified. They have been educated in cinema. But do you know any other movies that Francis Ford Coppola has done?
Not without looking it up.
Yep. Same here.
One time I'm going to ask, and they're going to know every movie a director has. I'm going to have a heart attack if all over. Apocalypse Now?
Nope.
No.
Haven't seen it.
The Godfather 2? The Godfather 3?
The Godfather 3 was bad.
I haven't seen it probably since it came out. So I'd have to watch it again.
Okay.
It was not as good as the first two, but he filmed the first two pretty close together. So it was still one. I mean, they say Godfather 2 is one of the best sequels ever made, if not the best sequel ever made.
That one's highly rated too.
Yeah. So it's really good. But trying to think, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
No.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I can't think of it. I know he's done a lot of movies. I'm trying to think of the big ones.
I've never heard of him before this movie, to be honest.
All right. Well, he was a very famous auteur back in the 70s. He's good friends with George Lucas.
Okay.
Huh?
He put up the money for THX 1138, which was George Lucas's first movie that bombed. This is why he did The Godfather, because he needed a hit. And George Lucas, he did a little bit of editing in a couple of the scenes in this movie. I think there's a point where like the newspaper headlines are telling you the story about what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was George Lucas. He edited all that together.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a little connection to Star Wars. And Lucas kind of used, which for my episode 3 fan over there, he used the scene where towards the end where Michael's getting at the baptism, but everybody's getting shot. He's getting all the bosses. That's what inspired Lucas to do the Order 66 scene.
Oh, interesting. That's cool.
All right. So we've done enough of the behind the scenes stuff. We'll talk a little bit about more. I didn't do too much research into that. You guys might have. I don't know. All right. Since we got some of the behind the scenes and some of the introductory stuff to The Godfather out of the way, let's go ahead and do our plot synopsis, which my co-hosts have just educated me that they don't know what the hell they're talking about. So I guess I'll do it. I haven't written anything down, so it probably won't be that clever, but it's pretty easy. You have the Corleone family, headed by Vito Corleone, the Godfather himself, who is getting a little bit older, and it's getting time for him to start to decide who's going to be his successor as the head of the family. He has his 3 sons. He has Sonny, played by James Caan, the hothead. He has Michael, who is fresh back from World War II, where he was a war hero, but doesn't really want to get involved in the family business. And then there's Fredo. Just Fredo. I mean, come on, Fredo. But there is sort of a change in the wind with organized crime as narcotics are starting to become more and more popular. And whereas Vito doesn't really want to get involved with that, he wants to stay, I guess, a good gangster and only handle, gambling and stuff like that. It just seems like it's a force that they're going to have to deal with. Sonny is a little more interested, but this causes some conflict with other families in the New York area, which leads to an assassination attempt on Vito. But he is a tough old bird and he survives. In order to get revenge, Michael kills the mobster that ordered the hit, as well as a police chief, and then is escorted to Sicily for, I think, about a year, so he can lay low where he gets married. And then, unfortunately for him, you can't hide from the mob, and his wife gets blown up in a car, but he comes back to New York. This time he's a new man, as has decided that he is going to take over the family business. And by the end, Vito has passed away, I guess by a heart attack. And now Michael is officially the godfather of the Corleone family. How was that? That was pretty good, right off the
That
top
was
of my
good.
head.
That was
Excellent.
good.
All right. I love the enthusiasm and the energy that y'all are bringing on this episode. And there's the pause I was looking for. All right, so we are going to break our review down into the positives and negatives of the movie, and then we'll give our overall rating at the end. I am extremely curious to hear these young fellows' ratings, their positive and negatives, because this is a movie that it could be a bit controversial amongst the three of us, especially one of you. There's one of you I think really loved it, and one of you that I think is probably middle of the road with it. And I'm gonna take bets on which is which. So let's go ahead and start with Tyler. Tell us the positives of The Godfather.
You owe your daughter service.
I enjoyed like the first opening scenes where people are kind of coming up to his room and they're asking him for favors and everything. And it seems like even though it is a powerful crime family, he's trying to be fair in a sense as far as when it comes to like getting payback, getting justice and everything. So there's an opening scene where one guy's crying. Unfortunately, his daughter got beat by two guys and he wants the Godfather to help him kill him. He's like, I cannot do that. I can't do that. That's not fair.
Yeah.
So they put a hit out on him, just to beat him up a little bit, which I thought was cool. Just a little fairness,
there's a moral code in there.
Right. The Italian wedding was nice. Good music, a lot of people. All the mobsters avoiding to get their pictures taken was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I liked that. And then the big guy, I forgot his name. Was that
Luca
Vito?
Brasi.
No, that was not Vito. Luca.
Yeah, Luca.
With the pitcher of wine, not glass of wine. He wanted a
Oh, no,
pitcher
that
of
was,
wine. The scene with Mr. Waltz was kind of when the movie kicked off for me. And when he's waking up in the bed, he refuses the favor to give Johnny, one of the singers, a role in a movie. And Godfather did not like that.
No,
So,
not at all. You don't
Yes,
say no to Vito Corleone.
Right. Cuts off his prized $600,000 horse's head and puts it in his bed for him,
That shit
so
was
he can
crazy.
wake up in the blood. But
Just
I like
nasty.
that scene. I like that scene because when he wakes up, it's just you see a little bit of blood on his shoulder, and then he kind of takes the covers down. There's a lot more blood. And you're like, where's he? Did he take a finger? Did he chop? Did he chop?
Yeah,
Spot off. When Luca Brasi gets strangled out as he's trying to fake switching families as the war is kind of beginning, that was kind of a unsettling scene, honestly, with his eyes are bulging out of his head, and
brutal.
like his hat gets ripped off so fast and his face is right there. I don't something about that scene. I liked that scene. So after Vito is attempted to be assassinated in the street and Michael has to find out through newspaper, I thought that was probably not a great feeling, seeing your dad on the newspaper and he's shot up. But the hospital scene where he goes to at least check on him and like see if the guards are still there. Obviously the dirty cops, they took their security guards out of the hospital to let anyone in that wants to finish him off.
Right.
Right. But Enzo the baker,
It's me, Enzo, the baker.
Enzo saves the day. He comes in, fakes being a guard, and as he's lighting a cigarette while the guys drive away, his hand is just trembling and shaking. I thought that was pretty funny.
All right, Enzo, you're a hero in my book.
And Sonny, as Sean over here is Sonny, I guess.
The hothead.
Yes, the hothead, when he's losing his mind and he's like trying to kick off the war even more. And the concierge, how do you say that word?
Conciliere. Ooh, I can't say that.
Consigliere.
Consigliere. No, consigliere. Consigliere.
Concierge.
Consigliere.
The lawyer. He says he said it was business and it was nothing personal and that he needs to cool down. And then Michael flips and he goes, I'll kill him. I'll kill the two guys that killed my father. And Sonny turns around and goes, listen, Michael, you're really taking this personally. It's not. It's just business.
It was a nice twist of words there.
A good comedy there. The scene that you mentioned with George Lucas, where he did the newspapers, I really liked that scene.
Yeah.
Where it just kind of
It was a
shows
good
how time
scene.
is passing and what's been going on and how many months have passed since Michael was killed.
Yeah, it's a clever way to get exposition quickly.
Yeah, that was cool.
Without having some character just sit there and tell you, "Hey, Michael, guess what happened?"
When Michael is hiding in Sicily, I thought it was pretty ballsy of him to speak to that Sicilian father the way he did about his daughter. You know, the guy was trying to get him to leave, and he was completely just calm and composed right there at the table. And he goes, "I'd like to meet your daughter. My name's Michael Corleone, and a lot of people would pay a lot of money for that." And I was just like, "That's pretty sick. That's pretty good." Yeah. I put down that the only cool thing Sonny's done the whole movie was whoop that dude's ass for beating on his sister.
Yeah. What was
Carlo?
What was the guy? Carlo. All right.
Carlo was his name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, screw that guy.
Fuck Carlo, dude.
Piece of shit. He got Sonny killed too, little bastard.
Yeah,
he got what
dude.
he deserved. He got what he deserved.
And he was playing like the good guy after the fact. He was like a part of the team and all that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So Sonny gets shot up in the car as he's paying his toll, and that was it for him. But I will say, when the Godfather Vito is standing over his son in the morgue, he starts to cry, which is the first time in the entire movie that he's actually shown emotion, or I guess in his eyes, weakness.
Yeah.
Because towards the beginning of the movie, he was talking to Johnny, the singer, the celebrity, and the guy's crying about his life, and he's like, "Be a man, stop crying." Slaps him right in the face.
Yeah, now he's got the emotional moment. Of course, yeah. And the great line, "Look how they massacre my boy."
Yeah. Michael's new wife, Apollonia, when she got blown up in the car.
Oh,
I was not expecting that, but that was a cool scene. That was a cool scene, seeing the roof of a car getting blown off like that.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed Michael's character arc through the movie. Just from the beginning, where he doesn't really want to be associated with all the crime, and he says that he's nothing like his family. And then as soon as his father gets hurt, he just flipped a switch, and he was ready. He was ready to go to war, and didn't really seem to have any problems kind of taking over as the Godfather. And I think he played the role really well. I think he played it almost as well as Vito. They had a lot of the same characteristics and the same way they spoke and everything like that. The dying scene, Vito falling to his death in the tomato plants. I thought that was a nice scene, the way he died.
It was a nice scene. It was peaceful.
Yes.
It's like a calm,
running around with his grandkid, having fun, and it's unfortunate he had a heart attack, but I guess throughout a life of crime, and then you die in a tomato plant where life is being grown. I thought that was kind of poetic.
Nice. I did not even think about it. Time when I was watching it, I just kept seeing that little fucker squirting the poison at him. I was like, "You killed him." Dead. He's probably an assassin. He probably left the scene and was like, "I killed the boss." He was really like a really tiny Italian guy in a mask, and he was like, "Ha ha."
Yeah, I liked the just the way everybody kind of knew what was going to be happening. They knew how everything went down, and when Vito was talking about the first person that comes to Michael with the family meeting is the one who's going to betray him. So at the end, at Vito's funeral, and one of the guys walks up to him, he goes, "They'd like to have a meeting," and he's like, "Yeah, sure." He walks back to the lawyer, and he's like, "Yeah, this fucking guy."
Yeah, he knew.
But overall,
he learned well.
Those are my positives.
All right. Well, I'm impressed. I really am. I mean, Tyler's, what did you say? You were cinematically challenged, but here we go.
Challenged.
Man, the Godfather spoke to him.
I really do struggle with long movies, but for a 3-hour movie, I really felt like it kept me engaged the entire time.
Look at there. Look at him,
that
Sean.
Definitely helps.
He's growing right before our eyes. All right, Sean. You tell us what you loved about The Godfather.
Yeah, so my first point was very similar to Tyler's. I loved the intro scene with Bonacera and Vito. Kind of set the tone for the rest of the movie, kind of let you know, in a way, how he gets some of his power. Kind of like the, I'll do this for you, but you're going to owe me at some point. Can't tell you when in the future.
Right.
So that's how he gets some of his power. I like that. The wedding, I like how it's set up. while there was a lot of people, I liked how it set up. You kind of get to know the family and
Yes,
the main
yes.
characters and the basis of them. The Sicilian message. I loved that scene with the vest, with the fish. He was like, "It's a message from the Sicilians. He sleeps with the fishes." And I'm like, "Oh, that's badass." I was like, "That's sick."
In his bulletproof vest too.
Yeah, that was a super cool scene. Clemenza. I loved his quote when they kill. God, who did they kill in the car? Do you remember where they take him out into like the
Polly.
cornfield?
They
Polly,
kill
yeah.
Polly, yeah.
When they shoot Polly and they get out of the car and Clement's just like, leave the gun, take the cannolis.
Yeah.
That was pretty
That's
funny.
a classic line. Classic line. Yep.
Let's see. The scene where Mikey is shooting the police captain and Stelazzo. I loved how intense that scene was.
Yes.
It had me on the edge of my seat. When he goes to the bathroom and they're like, the plan beforehand was like, the gun's gonna be there. Like, don't worry about it. I don't know if it was just me, but when he reached behind the thing for a second there, I was like, oh my God, the gun's not there.
Yep.
And then it's like, oh, nope, it is. It's like, okay, I can take a sec. Like, I can take a breath. Like,
All right.
it had me on the edge of my seat. And then
Yeah.
just that whole scene in general.
And
Was-
Pacino does it so well because when he's trying to find it, he stops and has like that
Yes.
panic, and you're like, oh
Yes.
God.
And then before he shoots them, his eyes are darting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yep.
He portrayed him being like super nervous and anxious about it, I think, really well.
It's like it was an easy plan when you were sitting in the kitchen with your brother Sonny.
but now you're in it.
Yeah.
And now it's happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a great scene. I wasn't expecting Sonny to die in that scene. That took me very off guard. So when it happened, I was like, holy shit. Like, damn. Yeah, I loved his character, so.
I did too. I really did. I think James Caan did a great job.
I didn't even recognize that was James Caan until like 30 minutes in. I was like, why does he look familiar? And then I looked on IMDb. I was like, holy shit, that's the guy that plays in Misery. Like, he plays in so many things. Apollina getting blown up in the car, batshit crazy. Took me by surprise too.
Yeah.
Super cool scene.
Why? Why her?
I had to
Why
rewatch
her?
that one.
Yeah, yeah. Like, why her? But I guess to get at Mikey.
You rewatched it to watch the car blow up again?
Well, it just caught me off guard, and I was like, "What
Ah,
just happened?"
yeah.
Yeah, and you got to go back and you're like, oh, okay, okay. I liked how the characters in the world felt actually very real. Like the dinners, the weddings. It, in a way, feels like you're watching a real crime empire grow instead of just like a flashy, like sharp mob in a way. Like, it's very just low key, but you're watching it grow. And kind of like Tyler said, I like how the characters actually change and have an arc. Like Michael's character arc, I thought was the best in the whole movie. Because, like, as we all know at the beginning, he doesn't want to do it. And then he ends up becoming it and, in a way, really just mastering it. So that was super cool to see. Loved that. And, yeah, those are all the positives that I have.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, you're only going to make my job difficult because I don't want to keep repeating the same things over and over again. I will start off with the performances. I mean, come on. Brando and Pacino just eat this
Killed it.
movie up. Oh, my God. Anytime Brando's on the screen, and I know he's... he was a prima donna. I don't even know if prima donna is the right word for what kind of actor he was. He was kind of a pain in the ass, but oh my God, he's so good in this movie. I think it's amazing how they aged him up. I think he was only in his mid-40s when he filmed this.
Damn.
So they made him look like he's, in his 60s, 70s? And you can't even tell. I mean, it's just such great makeup work. But yeah, he is outstanding as Vito. I mean, yeah, it feels kind of weird to go, oh yeah, Brando was great at that. I mean, he didn't win an Oscar for it, but it's classic cinema. And Pacino, yeah, this is very young, early in his career, obviously. And he's sort of the center of the movie because you're watching his character arc from the I don't want to be part of the family to really that moment in Sicily, because and it's such a great way. I know it's a long segment of the movie, but I enjoy it because it has that sense of lulling you into this happiness for him because he's getting married, he's enjoying being out there, and especially I'm probably going to jump around a little bit, but the filmmaking, because when they're in New York and it's all the crime stuff, everything's sort of claustrophobic and gritty, and everything's close and tight in. But then as soon as they switch to Sicily, you get these wide angle shots of all the landscape, and it's beautiful. It's brightly lit, So you have this sense of security here that he's safe. And then you get that car explosion that kills his wife, and you're like, no, such a beautiful Italian woman. Why would you do that? Think of all the meals that he just lost. But no, so yeah, that's the point of the movie where it's like, okay, I can't, for him, he's like, I can't get away from this. So let me just embrace it. And he is the one that naturally has that ability to be it. Because we've got, Sonny, he kind of got like the opposite ends of the spectrum. You got Sonny, who is into the business and really wants to be, being part of the family and being in charge of everything. But he's such a hothead that he acts first and then thinks. Which ultimately is why he gets killed, because instead of having guys go with him when he's going over to get Carlo, he just goes off on his own. It's like, and that's what gets him killed. And then you got Fredo, who's basically useless.
Yeah.
Well, until the second movie. Anyway, we won't say anything about that. But yeah, so now you have Michael, who can be ruthless and can be, as we've seen in the restaurant scene. And then later, which is, to me, one of the best scenes in the movie, is when he's at the baptism and he's becoming the godfather to his sister's baby. And he's, saying all these prayers that didn't, they're just cut into people just getting shot and killed at his order. It's just like, so he can be ruthless, but he can also do it in a very calm way. Like you said, Tyler, when he's talking to the fellow in Italy, he just has that demeanor where he's just cool as a cucumber. He knows he's in some shit, but he can handle it. He's not going to freak out one way or the other. And as he stays calm, it's even more intimidating.
Right.
I kind of feel the same way with Tom. Is that right?
Tom Hagen?
Yeah. When he goes to, and that's Robert Duvall, and again, another early performance. But when he goes and he sees the, what's his name? Waltz? See, I can't remember any character names. I can remember all the actors' names. I can't remember any character name. But when he goes to see Waltz, that first meeting when they're having with each other, Waltz is trying to intimidate him, and he just starts calling him out. Like when he starts calling him names, because he knows he's come from this Italian family. He's like, "Yo, you guinea blah 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 blah," and he's like, "I'm a German Irish," and he just does. He never even breaks a sweat, and you're like, when someone could do that, that's more intimidating than screaming and yelling at each other. And that's sort of what most of their family. Well, Vito and Michael and even Tom can do that. They don't really break emotion very much. So when they do break emotion, like you said, Tyler, when Vito sees his son Sonny dead, it hits you harder.
Yeah.
Even though it's one of the better things with the movie as far as the characters, just really everything, is it makes you feel for a family that you really shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's times where you're really rooting for people, and then you get reminded, oh wait, these are not good people. You know what I mean? They do horrible, horrible things to each other, but they still have a code, and they still have this family. Like you said, Sean, the whole wedding scene where they introduce the family is such a great kinetic way to do it.
Yeah.
Again, not having an exposition dump like, oh, here comes Sonny. He is the head of this and that. And here comes Fredo. And it's a natural thing. You feel like you're watching a real family.
Yeah.
Almost their home movies of what's going on. So, and plus it kind of bounces between that happy festive wedding back to his office where he's, doling out all of these requests and kind of being that intimidating figure Vito is. It's just a nice way to show the different sides of the family, that you do have that ruthless side, but you also have this family that loves each other clearly. I mean, they're willing to kill for each other. And again, I don't want to reiterate things that we've already said and drag this out any longer. I love the direction. It's hard not to. It's a beautiful movie. Like you said, Tyler, for 3 hours, it pulls you in. You're into that world. You feel like you're just an observer, especially the way the camera's shot. Most of it's sort of at mid-level or head level. It's not like doing weird angles and everything where you feel like you're in a movie. You feel like you're watching a home movie, or you really feel like you're sitting just off camera watching everybody do their stuff. So it feels like it really draws you in, and it does have that nice change, as I mentioned, from the cityscape to when it goes to Sicily and how nice it looks like there. The color grading, the shading from was it Gordon Willis, who was the cinematographer, they called him the Prince of Darkness, because at that opening scene where Vito's in his seat, it's really dark. You just see his face, and he's got the dark suit on and all that, and how it's lit. It's just a great way to show how intimidating he can be. And really, outside of that, you just got so many iconic scenes. We talked about where Michael kills the police officer and the other, I can never remember that guy's name, the mob boss.
Salazzo.
That's it.
Salazzo.
Yeah,
Salazzo.
just a great, as you mentioned, just a great scene because you're on edge and you know what's going to happen, and it's just brutal. When he shoots the cop, and the cop's just like,
Because he gets his neck first,
yeah,
and then he shoots him in the head.
Oh my god, it's so brutal.
Such a good
But
scene.
you got the horse head, and then you got again the beginning scene, and then I like the ending scene of the movie where he's told Diane Keaton, his wife. I told you I can't remember character names. Diane Keaton, his wife. She's like, "Oh, did you kill Carlo?" And he's like, "Okay, you can only ask me one question about my business," and that's the one she asked. And of course, he lies to her. But then when she goes in the other room, she walks into that room, she's kind of like happy because she believes him. And then when she turns around and he's, basically they're kissing his hand and shutting the door, she
Doing business.
slumps because she knows, nope, they're in it now. So, yeah, I mean, overall, come on. It's The Godfather. I know I got to say this on every episode, but it's The Godfather.
It's the Godfather.
So let's go ahead and talk about negatives for The Godfather.
What have I ever done to make you treat me so disrespectfully?
What are you doing?
All right, get ready for this.
Tommy gun to this
Get
movie?
ready for this.
Yeah?
I've got 2 negatives.
Whoa, this is incredible.
I wish that they did translate more of the Italian, especially in the restaurant scene. I had to Google the restaurant scene just so that I knew what they were talking about, or because I wanted to know what they were talking about. But yeah, a little bit more translation. That would be cool. That'd be nice. I appreciate
I actually like that they didn't.
Okay. But how do you know what they're talking about?
I mean,
You can feel it. I get
you can
that.
infer what they're saying.
It's like I
but,
want to know exactly what they're
I
saying.
kind of like not knowing. I kind of like the mystery that my brain has to fill in.
Okay.
Because I mean, you know what they're talking about. You just don't know what they're talking about. Does that make sense?
I guess kind of, but it's more like because he wanted to speak to Michael directly, right? So I assumed, and I heard there's a couple of words that you can just kind of figure out what he's saying, but like I knew he was saying he had respect for his dad, but that was all I could pick up. And I'm like, all right, so this guy's pleading his case. What's he saying?
Yeah, but for me, I was just like, in Michael's shoes, which I kind of like that he doesn't really speak a lot of Italian. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It kind of shows how he doesn't really want to be a part of the family, that he doesn't even want to learn the language.
Yeah.
But it's more like when I'm watching that and they're not telling you what they're saying, is that I'm in Michael's shoes, and the way Pacino looks at him like, yeah, this is just bullshit. You're just bullshitting me. Whatever the fuck he's saying to him is just bullshit. And Michael knows it. But he's going to pretend like he's listening. But you can see in Pacino's eyes, he's just like, yeah, yeah, you're going to die soon. But I understand your criticism.
Yep. And then I guess with his girl Kay at the end, his wife.
Hey, that's her name. I can never remember.
Her name's Kay. Yeah.
This is Diane Keaton.
I mean, so first off, he didn't love her from the beginning, right? He goes and finds a new wife in Sicily. She gets blown up. So now he's like, oh, well, shit. Hey, Kay, you still around? Like, comes back, and then he lies to her, and she believed him, which I thought was kind of dumb. Like, at this point,
Super dumb.
At this point, you know what's going on. All the heads of the families are dead.
Yeah, but she's...
So you can't put two and two together.
Yeah, but she has such
Maybe
love
that's why
for
I love
him. Yeah, and she's not too smart. You can say what you want in front of her. She don't know. I tend to think of it as this is someone that she loves a lot and that she has put up on maybe a pedestal and doesn't want to believe that he would be that type of person. Because in the beginning, when he says, "That's not me. I'm not part of that family,"
that makes sense.
She's probably holding on to that, and that's why when she sees the door basically closing, she's like, "Yeah, that's who he is now."
Yeah, I'm gonna watch Godfather 2 for sure, just to, I guess, I don't know, see what happens next. But
okay,
that's my negatives.
All right, Sean, tell everybody why you think The Godfather might be the worst movie ever made.
Oh no, not that far. Not that far.
That's what you said before we started.
I agree with Tyler. There were a lot of Italian speaking scenes where that's all they spoke, and I don't know. I also just wanted to know. I didn't Google it, which I probably should have. So that's probably why I didn't like those scenes even more. But I just wanted to know what they were saying. I don't know. I get your point though too, Chris, because you can tell from the expression on their faces, like if it's something bad or if it's something good. But I don't know. I kind of just wanted to be all in it, you know.
I just feel like it wouldn't matter. At that point, that man was just basically a dead person talking.
Fair point.
It really wasn't anything crazy either. I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't? Okay.
No, it was like, hey, I have respect for your dad, and sorry that had to happen.
Okay.
You know?
Or, let's see. Some of the scenes did drag for me a little bit. I'd say, besides the horse head in the bed, God, I don't even know how long. Maybe like the first hour and 15 minutes was a little bit of a drag for me, only because I felt like there wasn't much going on, and it was a lot of the laying the land of how the politics in their families work, all the other families, a lot of names, kind of had trouble keeping track of
Yes.
how many people I'm supposed to know.
I agree.
But yeah, I feel like you just got to be super locked in for this movie, or it's gonna feel slow. And then my last point, kind of, I guess, similar to that one, feels like you have to be in the mood to watch the movie. Like, it seems like a type of movie that's like, you're not just gonna throw it on. Like, you've got to want to be like in the mood for a deep 3-hour-long mob movie. Yeah. Otherwise, it's probably gonna be boring.
It's a commitment.
Yeah.
You're making a commitment when you sit down and watch this movie.
Yeah, 100%.
I will tell you, those are your negatives.
Those are my negatives, yeah.
All right. I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I will tell you through my life with this movie, I should say. Up until a few years ago, like, I had seen The Godfather, but I had never sat down and watched it straight through. I had always seen, like, it'd be on and I'd watch the beginning, and then something would come up and then I would see the middle sometime later, a couple, whatever, months later, years later, and then the end. So it was like, I knew everything about the movie. I just never sat down and watched it all the way through. Cause like you said, Sean, you got to sit down. Any kind of 3-hour movie, you got to go, okay, yeah, I'm here. This is where I'm going to be for the next 3 hours. And I wouldn't say a few years, a while back, I was just like, okay, it's coming on. I was coming on like HBO or Showtime or something. And I was like, all right, I'm locking it.
Yeah. I'm doing it.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. But yeah, I will say I'm going to, I guess, piggyback off of that. Yeah, if you're not geared up for it, if you're not a person, which I'm a little impressed by Tyler sticking with it. Usually we love Tyler, but 3-hour movies, they're not his thing.
Not my thing.
But if you don't really like a movie that takes its time to get where it's going, or that you are having to really pay attention to, and I know in this day and age it's hard when you're sitting at home because you got your phone there and it's easy to just pop on that thing and do stuff, then yeah, it's probably not going to be the movie for you, which is a shame because, like I said, I just think the performances alone keep me engrossed throughout this movie. I just think the acting is, oh my God, unbelievable. But again, if you're that type of person, if you can sit down and watch this movie, then you're going to love it. My only really other negative is stupid, what's her name? Talia Shire. I think that's how you say her name. She played Connie, the sister. That was,
yeah.
I don't know if you know what movie she was from other than this. No? Okay, I'm about to tell you, because in my opinion of this actress, she's only had one good performance in one movie, and she has carried that performance and that role to a lot of wealth. And she was Adrian in Rocky. Hey, yo, Adrian.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
okay.
I've never seen Rocky.
Ooh, Rocky's really good. But yeah, I don't like her in this movie. I'm sorry, Talia. I think that's how you say her name. I just don't think she's a good actress to begin with. I just think she got lucky in Rocky. And in this movie, every time she's on there, she's either just screaming or wailing or crying. I'm just like, God, get her off the fucking screen.
So
I understand
loud.
She's going through a horrible situation. I get it. But my God, her performance is so annoying. It kills me a little bit. So, yeah, other than that, like I said, it's The Godfather. I'm not going to come on. I ain't got that kind of balls to come on and be like, The Godfather's shit. I bet we get some responses then if one of us did that. All right. Well, since we've wrapped up our positives and our negatives, let's go ahead and give our ratings. Tyler, let's see. Our number rating with 1 through 10, with 10 being 10 favors from The Godfather that you get to choose. Or 1 being... what would be a good one?
Being in that car.
With 1 being sitting in the car with 1 guy behind you in the back seat. Which would you choose?
I'm gonna say, oh, man.
Or what would you say is your number rating is more apt?
My number rating, I'm gonna give it 10 favors.
Whoa!
Yeah, man.
Damn.
I love this movie.
Oh my
It
god!
was really, really good.
Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone in between,
Yeah.
I am in shock.
The first 10, dude.
I am and
First, for me at least.
I
Yeah.
thought for sure Sean Tyler was going to come in here and be like,
Nah,
too long.
Another thing for me is that like I binge watched all of Peaky Blinders, and it reminds me of Peaky Blinders a lot.
Okay.
And I don't know. I like that style of
You like the gangster stuff.
story and everything like that. It's, yeah, I
Alright.
liked it.
Well, I am impressed. I'm speechless.
Nice.
10 favors.
Sean, all right, what is your number rating?
So I'm going to go a little bit lower than that.
Okay.
I'm going to go 7.5 favors.
All right, 7.5.
7.5.
All right, Sean is he's gonna get some ire in the comments. There's gonna be a little hostility towards it, this is a total flip flop, ladies and gentlemen. I thought for sure Sean was gonna come in here with the high 9 or 10, and Tyler was
lost your
gonna be.
bet?
Yeah, I thought
Lost
for
the bet.
sure. I thought for sure it was gonna be.
I
the
figured
other way
that's how
around.
he was thinking, too.
Yeah. I mean, this just the whole. I was halfway into it. I'm like, I bet Sean is just eating this movie up.
I was halfway through it.
And
'Cause
Tyler was.
Sean texted me and was like, "Hey, well, you want to like play some video games or something?" I was like, "Yeah, let me get halfway through the movie and I'll finish it tomorrow." I got halfway through the movie. I was like, "Dude, I'm not playing tonight. I'm finishing this movie."
Wow. All right. That is awesome. For me, I'm not gonna go quite as high as Tyler. I'm gonna go at 8.5. Again,
Nice range.
Tyler Shire. I forget how you say her name. Oh, God, she just annoys the shit out of me.
Really?
That's actually Francis Ford Coppola's sister.
Little nepotism.
Well, he said he didn't, but come on.
I mean,
Oh my God.
come on.
This is first for the record books here. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to circle the date on my calendar. Well, there you go. But I'm really pleasantly surprised that it did hit a home run for Tyler. Sean, you're just gonna have to do better, because I know when you do one of your prequel movies, you'll give it a big high rate, higher than The Godfather. I think you gave Attack of the Clones a higher rating than The Godfather.
I
No,
think it was the same.
Attack of the Clones. It might have been a 7.5.
Oh my God, so it's the same. So really, ladies and gentlemen,
You
what
can't
Sean
compare
is
the two.
saying
Come on, you
is
can't
that Attack of
compare.
the Clones and The Godfather are pretty much the same kind of movie.
No,
Oh,
no,
how
no.
embarrassing for you. How embarrassing. All right, well, that wraps up our review. Now, before we go, this is the exciting part. This is what I have been waiting for
I'm
probably for
interested
3 or
to-
4 weeks.
Yeah.
All right. I know how I'm going to do this. All right. So, to let everyone out there know, our regular listeners, we have devised a special episode at the end of the month where one of my young co-hosts will not be a co-host. He'll be the host. And I'll get to sit back and be a co-host and do as little as possible. And they are going to pick a movie. Whatever movie they pick is what we're going to have to watch. And that's what we'll review on our next episode. But for right now, I have to come up with a way. I have come up with a way to decide who is going to be the one.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to write down, if you're watching on YouTube or whatever, you can see I'm going to write down a number between, what do you think? Between 1 and 20?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
And whoever comes closest gets to be the first to take the host seat away from me. Thank God. Let's see. I'm gonna write down. Okay, now my pen put away. All right, Tyler. What say you?
12.
Okay, Sean, what say you?
17.
Oh, Tyler, you got it by one. Look, I don't know if you can see it, but it was 14.
14, so that would be all right.
So you win.
I can't wait to murder this podcast.
I cannot wait either. I shouldn't be so excited because I'll be editing it probably.
Yeah, how's that? We'll figure this out later.
All right. So I don't know if Tyler has a movie in mind already.
I don't already.
Okay.
I'll figure it
All
out though.
That's fine. All right. So you definitely want to come back next week and hear Tyler handle the show, and me and Sean we'll just sit back and enjoy it. Oh my God, this is gonna be so nice. Just watch the movie, come up with some positives and negatives, and see if we can't
Call it a day.
call it a day, right? Yeah.
Oh, it's
See if we-
nice, Chris. It's
See if
nice.
we can't fluster Tyler a couple of times.
It's gonna be a long podcast.
All right, Tyler. We'll remind everybody where they can find us and get in touch with us and tell us how Sean doesn't know what the hell he's talking
All
about.
right. On Instagram, we are Cinematic Travelers Pod. Our email is thecinematictravelers@gmail.com, and our Twitter is @CMTPod.
And don't forget, you can also find us on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Music.
That's very good. You both
Very
made me
good.
very proud.
Very good.
Although Sean, he comes in and he disrespects the Godfather. All right, well, that wraps up this episode. If you're still listening, we must have done something right. And we want to tell you that we appreciate you for still listening. We tell everyone we know what?
We have the
We've
smartest
got the smartest and sexiest
sexiest.
podcast listeners.
In all of the podcast YouTuber universe, and you never fail to live up to those high standards. Now, as you are traveling around on this blue and green ball, bouncing through the cosmos, trying not to sleep with the fishes, I need you to do one thing for me. Go out there and do that voodoo that you do so well.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.